Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm back. Hey, I'm being a DJ over here. I'm multitasking. Today is November 19th, 2021. I've been on a hiatus, but I am back. Not keep my mouth shut anymore. We got some things to talk about, y'all. And I got to do it real brief. So I'm going to get right to the point and get to the chase. I'm not a strong believer of taking too much of your time because I respect your time and I want my time to be respected, okay? Hey, happy Friday. I can't see your comments, so don't get offended. If I don't see it, I'll go back to it on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, we are live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter, and we're live on my YouTube channel. So we are live to about 5,000 people total, but we're going to get through this. As y'all come in, if y'all could please tell me what you're grateful for. The holiday seasons are coming up, and I know it's not a joyful time for everyone because you're thinking about the lost ones, the loved ones, and the people that you're not close to. You might be grieving over relationships, which we're going to talk about today. We're definitely going to talk about it today. Don't want the music to be too loud. I know this message may resonate with some of you. My goal is to make sure that it at least gives you insight. I've been talking about domestic violence. For those who are new here, let me properly introduce myself. My name is Tamieka Smith. I am your cultivator, your abundance cultivator consultant of Wordsmith Enterprises. That's the company name. Started back in 2014, known as Miss Wordsmith, Tamieka Smith. You see the play on words? I'm a little smart. But anyway, I hope you all are really sincerely doing well. Shout out to my sister friend, Shanae Eckerd, and this shirt. I am healed. I am delivered. I am set free. I am everything. Woman. Powerful. She's a spoken word artist and she's a fellow author and a sister friend of mine. So now that all that is out the way, listen, you guys. I don't know about you all, but I know for me this week, it has been a fight. And for my believers, spiritually, it has been a fight. It's a lot of demonic stuff going on. I know my sleep pattern has been off. And if you are a praying person, I mean, it's always a good time to pray. But especially now, you know, the beginning of this week with, if anybody follow some of these people, some of y'all may not know, my kids keep me updated on some of these rappers and stuff, these new age rappers, because it sounds like mumble rap to me. But you know, anyway, with DaBaby and DaniLeigh and young Dolph that died in Memphis and Stevie J, and you know, a lot of people had different emotions concerning stuff, and now something that escalated with another football player, Zac Stacy, where this violent video has been circulating. And I know a lot of people just want to rush to have the story. And I just want you all to keep in mind, some of us really went through some trauma and that could be triggering. So out of common courtesy, the least you can do is say, hey, this might have some graphic material. Have that disclaimer. You know, that's common courtesy because we have become so desensitized to violence, which is sad, and it is constantly, you're constantly seeing that the violence, it can really take a toll on you mentally, spiritually, and physically too. So just keep in mind what you're watching. I encourage all of you all to just tune out of social media, whether it's for an hour, whether it's for a couple hours, whether it's for the weekend, whether it's for 6 months. These people not going nowhere. And when you take a hiatus like I did, it may not be to that length, but it is definitely helpful. It's definitely helpful. So you guys, we got a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. And so listen, toxic red flags. Toxic red flags is what we're discussing right now. And when it comes to toxic red flags, a lot of y'all may associate that with a romantic relationship. You can deal with somebody toxic at work. You can deal with somebody toxic at your place of worship. You can deal with somebody toxic in a friendship. You can deal with somebody toxic in your family. It doesn't discriminate at all. But my question to you all today, because we can be so cognizant of other people's flaws that we too afraid to pay attention to what's going on within us. And when I say that, when we have to look into like the Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror, we have to really look at ourselves, and that's taking accountability when we look at ourselves. When I was in an abusive relationship for nearly 5 years, that was it was heavy. I was dealing with so much, and hopefully you guys can see and hear me. Give me a yes or a thumbs up or something. Make sure I'm not just talking to myself on here. But when I was going through that abuse, it was a lot, And when you're going through abuse, you can look and pinpoint, where you went wrong, because there's always red flags. Whether you choose to pay attention to those or not, that's on you. And when you are paying attention to the red flags, when you're reflecting back on the relationship or whatever, it's so important to get healed from that, because if you don't, you can bleed on the next person. And especially if you're in ministry, you can be bleeding all over the place. And I'm a firm believer in sitting down and hushing up, because sometimes you just have to do that. And it may not necessarily be a toxic relationship, but a lot of, as far as ministry goes, we see a lot of people that are cut, bleeding, and running from church to church, and just, just throwing up on folks and not spiritually healed. That's a whole nother topic on a whole nother day. But when it comes to you taking accountability and you looking at yourself, do you have some characteristics that you need to change? Because this week, because I like to look at I don't know about y'all, but I enjoy looking at the comments just to observe, especially when it comes to something negative. And I say that only because, as a person that, I could have been a psychologist, as a person that observes the behavior of people share negative news quicker than they will support or share good news. That's just human nature. And so when I'm looking at the comments, when it's concerning DaBaby, he's a known jerk. He's a known jerk, and so other situations he has put himself in by his mouth. And DaniLeigh, doing my research, because, honey, I started working on the blog, because the blog is back. Shameless plug. But when I was actually doing my research, and people was like, oh, DaniLeigh, she this, she that, and y'all upset about a song that she created about, and it's associated with colorism, talking about Yellowbone or something like that. And y'all like, she deserved to be treated like that. How so? What happened to the humanity? That's weird. That's black-hearted. That's not a good heart, especially if you call yourself a saint. Look at yourself. That's toxic. You're exhibiting toxic behavior. Some of y'all, embarrassing your family, your friends, the people that's associated with you, because you're going off your emotions. That's toxic. Some of you are shifting the blame. That's toxic. Some of you are misogynistic. Misogynistic is not only for men. A lot of women are misogynistic, and it's crazy to me. And I think that, especially if you have a daughter or you're close to a woman, because you may have female problems too, as far as relationships go. Because I can't see how a person that has a heart can say, oh, that person deserves to be treated that way because they don't necessarily do something that you agree with. You know that saying, if it don't apply, let it fly. Some of y'all are real sensitive. It's just the society as a whole to me. But when it comes to red flags, my overall goal for today, at least, is to have you, as a reflective moment, think about some of the characteristics that you may be carrying, because it's not just one-sided. I'm not a male basher by no means. And yes, I support women, women's empowerment, but it goes both ways. We act like accountability is a cuss word, and it's not. Accountability is your responsibility, is my responsibility, is all of our responsibility. And I remember, not telling my age, but I was born in 1982, so you can do the math. And I remember when somebody will pull you to the side, and it may not even be your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your daddy, whoever. You know, that whole, it takes a village to raise a child. It was really a village raising us. And if we were doing something wrong out of our parents' sight, somebody would say something. Know what y'all do? Y'all get upset. Y'all get big mad if somebody tell you, hey, your kid is, acting a little crazy. Y'all be ready to cuss people out. And it be the truth. Your kid is bad. But we need to really learn how to take accountability. We need to learn how to not be so defensive and let people in. And I say that because when you allow people in, you pull down or you break down the walls of offense. You guys get offended. For example, if somebody say the sun is shining, oh, why you gotta be so positive? The sun is shining. Can we be happy? Because I know me, I'm going to be happy. I had a lot of years of misery, and I'm going to living my best life. Okay? I'm living my best life in these days and years to come, unapologetically, because I got to lean in. Let y'all know. Listen, I don't look like what I've been through. I haven't put all the stuff that I've been through in the books that I have written. So, you guys, when it comes to toxic relationships, we got to do better. Not cuss and fuss and argue with people on social media all day, because some of y'all really got jobs and some of y'all don't have jobs and some of y'all have businesses. People look at you, don't comment whether or not they want to do business with you. They can look and find out your information on LinkedIn. We in a doxing society now, and they can, send your information to your supervisor. So you got to be responsible with what you say and how you say it. And if you're being mean, if you are being toxic, whether it's in a romantic relationship, whether it's in a friendship, whether it's at work, whether it's at church, your place of worship, in your family, over this holiday season, take some time to rest, reflect, pause, and look at yourself. If somebody is telling you that you are manipulative, for example, in different ways from more than one person, or you're prideful from more than one person, everybody's not a hater. Look at that. Dig deep in that. Do some soul work. Do some soul surgery. What is your soul? That's your mind, your will, and your emotions. Get your soul right. Once you get your soul right, you're going to glow naturally. Once you get your soul right, you're going to heal properly. Once you get your soul right, you're going to be happier. Once you get your soul right, you won't be miserable. Once you get your soul right, you won't be toxic. Once you get your soul right, people will want to be around you. It's not always haters. Y'all talk about haters more than y'all do about the positive stuff going on in your life. This ain't for everybody, but it is for somebody. These toxic traits, they can bind you. They can have you unhappy. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to be happy? Who wants to nag all the time? If that's what you like, I love it, but I don't like it. And I'll keep my distance from that. Because guess what? I am healed, honey. I am delivered, honey. I am set free, and I am everything. Woman. Probably can't see that. Confidently can say that. And let me put up Shanae's information just so you can purchase and support her. Hold on. And I really hope something I said, because I haven't been on here long, but I've been on here long enough, resonated with you. Let me put it on the screen. There we go. Yeah, just make sure that you do support her. You can purchase t-shirts directly on her website, and she's an author too. And just look into that, because it's important to just be better people. Once we're better people, we can be better people for society. We can be better people for our relationships, our friendships, our family when we're healed. And we're breaking generational curses in the midst of that as well. So if you want to dig deeper into anything that I've been saying, you can actually go to the blog, because it is back. You can go to glowupgirl.com/toxic red flags and read on the blog. I dig a little deeper as far as everything that's been going on with that whole DaBaby and DaniLeigh and Zac Stacy, the NFL player that, that was a violent episode concerning his girlfriend or a wife. It was very, very gruesome, very graphic. And Stevie J, I really didn't look too much into that situation, but Stevie J is known as being toxic. So, but anyway, you all have an amazing weekend. I hope that this message has really helped somebody to take a look within, because toxicity can be both ways. It can, the entrapments or the entanglements, and it's just so many webs that people weave. And so it could be a lot. It could be heavy. But for your soul to prosper, you have to look within. And that's my time. glowupgirl.com. Lord, I done spelled it wrong. Hold on. Let me do this again. See? Oh, this is why I have to have a team, y'all. It's all good. It is all good. Can't y'all go into the wrong website. The team is coming, though. 2022. Y'all have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. And I'll talk to y'all soon.